It's wine time. 2:30 wine time. We're gonna make Thai style mussels. So the ingredients is kaffir lime leaves, ginger, Thai basil, 1 can of coconut milk and 1 can of coconut cream, grass, lemongrass, Thai chilies, and mussels. Big rule of thumb, if mussels open when you buy them, don't buy them, throw them out, because they're probably dead. And if they don't open up after you cook them, don't eat them, because they're not good for you.
We've taken the mussels and what have we done with them?
Just put them in water, rinse them. That's all. Make sure they're nice and clean. You know, this is going to be a little bit tricky because I always know what the ingredients are, but I've never ever measured it in my life. So it's going to be kind of a crapshoot. What we'll do is I'll make it with what I think should go in there, and then we'll taste it. And if it's not great, we'll add more and just adjust it. It's very simple, very easy, especially that Ashley slices and dices almost everything. So one of the things we forgot is a little bit of coriander. I'm just going to crush them. Put them in this little puppy.
One of the peppers, what's wrong with you?
If I don't do this, how do I know how much to put in?
Let's go with what we know, right? We've got a little more than a pound of mussels.
Yeah, and this actually can take a lot more than a pound of mussels. You can make 2 pounds of mussels. But again, not a lot of people I know like mussels except myself.
Phrasing!
And my neighbor. And Susanna, my wife, will eat like 3 or 4 of them. But after the mussels are cooked and done, I'm going to put in some noodles. Actually the Japanese style noodles. That'll be nice, and that's really delicious tasting. Okay. Basil.
How much Thai basil are we putting in?
Got no idea.
But we know we have a knob of ginger and 2 stems of lemongrass.
Lemongrass I cut like this. Smash it down so that you get more of a flavor of the lemongrass.
Does the ginger go in pieces, or am I dicing it?
You have to do the same thing I did with that. Yeah, slice it and then just slam it a little bit. Yes, and we only use actually you even say the bottom third cleaned up of lemongrass.
So in a large pot,
add coconut milk, coconut cream, and you need this thickness because the mussels will throw out a lot of mussel juice.
Mussel juice.
A goodly amount of ginger, lemongrass, kaffir lime leaves.
Count them.
Well, they're all different sizes. 2 big ones, 2 little ones, 1 that's a triple.
Throw in a handful of lime leaves.
Yeah. This is Thai basil, and it really does have a distinct flavor over Italian basil or American basil. Very little slicing and dicing in this recipe. Corriander. I mean, I'm not putting in a lot of anything. I'm going to let it cook for a little bit and then taste it before I put the mussels in. Putting in 6 Thai chilies, green. And then I have some dried chilies that I think I'm going to put on Thai chilies. See how nicely they're labeled? It's the only one I have that doesn't have a label, that's why I know what it is. And I'm going to throw in 4 of these.
Meanwhile, Dad's disappeared outside somewhere. More lime leaves going in because we tasted it and it needs more lime leaves.
More basil?
A little more basil. So add in about 2 handfuls of the lime leaves and 2 big bunches of the basil.
We drained the mussels from the water and we throw them directly in here. You notice how thick this is in here?
Very thick.
Yeah. You're going to see that change. And see what came out of the mussels? No sense in eating that stuff. Turn this up a little bit, like to medium high. You don't want to overcook it. don't overcook the mussels. This is our second bottle of wine. They're starting to open, but you need a full open. Putting some clam juice in it. You know how you know when these are cooked?
How?
You taste them. So obviously with a ladle, see the consistency of that? Should be a little thicker. Put them in a bowl. Easy to eat. Just make sure you don't eat any of this stuff, lemongrass or ginger. Fucking heaven. I'm telling you, it's heaven.